Okay, now it's live. Hopefully, this time it will be better for the technical aspect because I've been improving, been recording all week, and I'm shooting even multiple times a day. It's not because I don't post a lot on YouTube that I'm not doing anything. I've been pretty active on TikTok and Instagram, and then I've been shooting multiple times a day for those social media. So today the topic is about when the metal is hot. That's when you start to learn, because anything that you do at the beginning, it seems easy. You are not giving challenge into your craft, into your work, and you don't question yourself as much. But then when things starts to get hard, it's easy to get discouraged because you don't get the result that you wanted. Your efforts doesn't match the result. So it's especially during that time that you have a choice to make, and not judge your performance based on external metric, because you cannot entirely control um, how many people will watch your video. Yes, the algorithm can push the distribution, and it's not just about video; it's about anything that you do. There will always be something that you can control, and other aspect that you don't. So instead of trying to judge your worth on things that does not depend entirely on you, you put the attention on the things that you can change. So you can change the quality of the input. Hey, I remember you. You were there in my when I started, like in the first few stream that I did. So right now I changed a bit my approach. Instead of waiting for people to join, I'm able just to talk about the topic that I've set, and this way, I think that people are getting more interested. And I also started to shoot outdoors. I think it's gonna be way more interesting than just watching a bedroom wall. So yeah, I've invested a little bit in some equipment, so it can be more interesting for people to watch. And yeah, I'm today. I just want to talk about this topic because I had a message therapy this week, and my message therapist, she also talked about this. She said, whenever you start something, like it's when it's hard, when it's difficult. That's the only time that you're learning, because it's true. Like when it's too easy, you're just like, what's the point of questioning myself? You just like you're not at a point where your your efforts are. Yeah, I'm trying to change the background because sometimes I don't have entirely the control. um I the gimbal always go in some direction that I don't want to. So yeah, it's about like the input that you do. Any type of work, it's gonna feel easy at first, but when it starts to get hard because you don't have the result that you want, you have a choice to make. You have a decision. And for me, when I was challenged the most, like I've been doing YouTube for 5 months now, and there were some time where I was thinking about giving up, and I was pretty honest on my YouTube video, and sometimes I was just sharing my feeling, and people in the comment, they responded immediately. And it's just because when I see people that are reacting, that are supporting me, it makes a huge difference. Because for you, it might be just a little comment, but for me, I'm putting a lot of efforts into this. I'm trying to make the best video that I can. Sometimes the quality is not perfect, but to receive some support from you, it really helps me. And also during the stream, one thing that I found is that through the discussion that I have with people, it makes me think, and I even use the discussion that I have to make more video. So any comment that you can say, or any thought that you have, if you feel that it's worthy to share, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it to make a video. I'm gonna use it as a material, and it's gonna be because of you. So I think that I have good intention. My goal, of course, I do want to make money. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm doing this for fun. Yes, I do have fun, but the goal is to make money. But it doesn't mean that what I'm doing cannot help you. Yeah, exactly. And it's a really good sentence because the American are going back on the moon since Louis Armstrong in 1970s, 1969, I think. So yeah. Oh, there is a manifestation there. I think it's for Iran. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. My stream is not about politics, by the way. I'm not gonna say that I am for or against Iran or the action of the U.S. Neil Armstrong, you're right. Yeah, thank you for the correction. Yeah, the thing is, I live pretty much downtown, so even from my own balcony, I can hear the manifestation. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you for being here. I always try to make a good title for the stream, and I feel that sometimes there's a lot of people connected. So when it resonates with you, then I'm happy because yeah, the goal is I want everyone to grow. I want everyone to get something out of my thought. Um, and I was thinking about this because it has I had some moment lately where it was more difficult to post regularly, and because of that, I went to watch video of other content creator, and I was ready to learn. And I was also thinking about this, like everything in life that you are doing, any type of project, it's not just about reading because I was also used to read a lot. You like you can watch videos and videos about how to do something, but you must do it too. You must start to, like, for example, I can watch video about, yes, I live in Ottawa, so it's the parliament is very close. This is the manifestation about Iran. Sorry for the noise. I'm gonna try to show a little bit, but it's not a big manifestation. But still, I'm gonna go near the parliament. But I think that I cannot I cannot record there. There is some police also, so because it's, hey Charlie, I'm trying like, yeah, I'm gonna get away from this because it's the thing that I notice is that I cannot change from the front to the back lens. I tried before, but if I'm live, I cannot. Yeah. So what I was saying is that like when I started to make YouTube video, I did not start by watching other people telling me how to make video. I just started right away with, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, me too. Sorry, I don't know how right now to change the front and the back lens. I think I even asked ChatGPT about this, and the gimbal, I think it is large. I think that you have to stop the stream and then start it again just to change the camera. But I'm not gonna stay with the gimbal very long. I plan to buy an external camera because I have a lavalier mic. My mic is not so great. Like it's just okay. And but I'm also moving to Toronto in September, so that's why I have a lot of things to keep in mind. I want to get better gear. I do want to start long form video as well. I don't know how it will perform because people are telling me that if you've been doing a lot of short, people are not that interested to watch long form. That it's too kind of audience. Oh, it's the I don't know if you know about it. It's the Insta 360 Flow 2 Pro, and I got it during the spring deal sale on Amazon. It costs me like 250 with taxes included. It does pretty much everything that I wanted. except during the stream, I don't like that I'm limited with only the back lens. I would really like to switch between the back and the front because then I could show so much more. And so that is something that disappointing me. But for the price, like if I can compare the value for the price, it's a pretty good deal. But yeah, I do want to buy a good camera like Sony camera. I've heard about the FX3 it's really good because it has some internal coolings. Because if you do stream or if you shoot for a long time, then the camera can overheat and it can damage the camera. So if you get a really good camera, then you can stream as much as long as you want. My last stream, I did the 72 minutes. So I think that if I just go with a regular camera, it might not be enough. So I tried to yeah, I want to buy some good thing, but like I don't even have a computer right now. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a computer. So I that my first purchase, I want to buy like M5 Pro. It's not because I don't have money. It's just because before starting YouTube, I focus a lot on fashion. I really like fashion. But then when I started YouTube, I knew that I had to focus on the gear. So I bought some good light. I bought the aperture spec ADC. Yeah, I think it's the name of the light. It's a pretty good light. It costs like more than $1,000. It can do everything, all color, and but it's not that useful for me now because I'm doing all my content outdoors. But when I'm gonna do a long format, I think that I'm gonna be indoors, so that will be useful. So yeah, I'm planning to do a lot more to invest the gear so that the quality will improve. Also, I will use a better software for editing. Right now, I'm only using CapCut, which is not the best thing. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the technical aspect of the channel and the stream. I want to talk about more the topic. Um, yeah, I don't want to feel like I've said everything that I wanted to say regarding this topic. Right now, I am on the bridge between Ottawa and Gatineau, which is between the two province of the province of Ontario and Quebec. So like it's a 5 minute walk. I think that I went once on the bridge, and there's probably gonna be a bit of noise, but not that much. I got something to protect the noise on my mic, so hopefully the sound will be good. I also speak on purpose very loud so that you can hear me clearly. Um, yeah, so I started to make video, and then it's only lately that I questioned myself, and then I went to look on other content creator how they were doing it, because I feel that like you have to learn by doing it. It's not just I'm gonna watch video on how to do something. You have to test, to experiment. You have to fail, and it's kind of difficult because it's kind of difficult because there's like everyone has a different opinion, uh, and then you might think, oh, my video doesn't work the way that I want. It's because of me. I'm the problem, but no, like it's also easy to compare yourself with people that are way more successful than you, and yeah, I feel like you have to start on your own journey, and yeah, that's why I didn't get it. Like the gimbal is going in some direction. Sometimes I don't even. It's I'm doing my best. Okay. Yeah, there's just so many people because the temperature is getting good. We had a really bad winter where it was like crazy cold, and now finally we get some good temperature. So yeah, I feel that people are going out because of that. We've been so much so for so long. When it was January and February, I didn't go out at all because it was so cold. But now I see the sunset. It's so beautiful, but I the bad thing is I cannot really show it the way that I want uh, because of the gimbal. I'm quite limited. But yeah, like last stream, I talk about resilience. I talk about like moving from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. And this is something that that is quite important because everything that we do, like we all have dreams, we all have things that we want to accomplish in life, and it's never gonna be easy. Like, and it's about like not giving up when it's hard, and when it gets hard, that's the time that you can question yourself and try to improve and do something better. Because if it's always easy, you're just gonna take everything for granted. And even like for Instagram lately, I blew up on Instagram. I had one video that got almost 6,000 views, and I was working on Instagram for like 5 months. Most of my video were getting less than 500 views. And then after that, I got another video close to 2,000 views. And then I was like, okay, now I realize how it's working. You have to use good audio track. A Nook is not just text. A Nook is audio, video, and audio. It has three aspects. And yeah, the more and more I'm doing it, the better that I get. And I'm glad that people are encouraging me, that are supporting me whenever I have doubt. I see people that they care, and sometimes yes, I don't know necessarily like which topic is the most viral one, which topic will resonates the most with people, but I use my own experience, and I can assure you that it's been at least 1 month or more that I'm not using ChatGPT to write my video. I'm using only my own idea, and yeah, I do have some experience, and I want to share it in a way that it can help others, and so that people can learn from me. And yeah, that's the reason, because I was watching someone who was saying that YouTube shouldn't be an hobby, it should be a business. Because some people, they ask me this, they said, "What's your work? What's your work?" Oh, then YouTube is an hobby. But an hobby is just something that you do for fun. A business is when you start to create value. You think about the viewer as your customers. And I think this is a pretty important mindset shift, because when you see the viewer as your customer, you think more about, okay, what kind of value do I can I bring to people? It's not just about you and thinking about the content that you want to share. It's about like trying to find the best content that people would watch. So you have to set a bar for quality to make sure that people, they come again and again. And yeah, I was thinking about that because my income is already guaranteed. So I have more time. I have no stress. Even if it takes me 3 years, 4 years to get like more subscribers, I don't mind. Um, so I'm just gonna do uh, the best that I can. And if it takes more time, then that's okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people who just follow trends, but I think that when you do that, if you only follow trends, then you cannot be that authentic. Because like, let's say you talk about the war in Iran, but like, I know I have a friend, he's an economist, and he's teaching at the CEGEP, and he talk about the war on Iran, and he got a lot of views on his video, but like all his other videos, they didn't get as much as views as this one. So like he used the trend of everyone wanted to know more about Iran, but like the type of content that I do, I cannot be political, or I cannot talk about the war in Iran. It wouldn't make any sense. And but like today, I was watching a video on TikTok about someone, and it was a man. It was a very short TikTok, and he said like, "I am single, but I don't want to get in constant fight with someone that is toxic." And I find that is really good, because it's like, if you had a relationship, or like, you can really relate to that type of content, because we whenever you are in a relationship, like you almost by default got some argument, got some fight with your partner. So it's a very simple thing. And on TikTok, like there are some people that talks and there are some people that don't talk at all. They just they're just gonna put some music and put some text, and it's gonna be like a short loop, less than 10 seconds. So it's about like you have to study the format, you have to study how TikTok works. And also, I was learning about this because there was this modern Millie, she's a content creator, and she's like helping others learning about social media. And she was saying that on TikTok, you have to post up to 5 times a day in the beginning, like in your first 30 days. But like I was only posting 5 times, 1 time, and I realized that I was not competitive enough. So I started to try to post more than once a day, and I made probably like 3 times a day. But on YouTube, you cannot post too much time because you're there. I tried, and some video will not get the distribution. So you have to respect also the limits of the platform. And it's on Instagram. I also watch a podcast and interview, and he said the same thing. Like the more you post, the more you grow. So like I trying to learn about the mechanics of the platform because when I started, I used ChatGPT for everything, and it took me so much time. And then I realized that like I couldn't follow that kind of the pattern. I didn't feel real, and I felt that like I was losing sleep just to match the. And ChatGPT always repeat you the same thing, and at some point you stop learning anymore, and you have to develop your own skill. Like for example, okay, you want to be better with the hooks. It's something that you can practice, but if you always ask ChatGPT to do it for you, you're never gonna learn. And like, yes, you can make a hook, and it's not gonna be like the perfect hook. But if you keep doing hook over and over, yeah, you're gonna learn. I was also reading a book about it, about like how to make your idea stick. The book is Made to Stick. It's with Dan, and they are like I know one of them is a Stanford professor, and like they have an acronym for that. But it's like very simple thing. It's just that what they do is they tell a lot of stories in business, the kind of strategy that people use, because like every business has an idea, has a product that they want to sell. So how do they communicate their idea so that people will remember? Because like he gave an example about the cinema and like the popcorn, that the popcorn was contained too much fat, and he wanted to communicate that idea in a way that people can understand. That just you cannot just say, oh, the popcorn contains 70 gram of fatty acid, and then that this can kill you in the long term because you can have obesity and blah blah blah. Like you have to frame the idea and use something so that people will remember and will change their behavior. And it's not that easy. You have to think about it. And yeah, I was thinking about that, but I'm also reading a lot of photography books because I like it's something that I wanted to do for the at the beginning as well, because I was thinking, okay, if I'm starting cinema, I'm gonna learn a bit about photography first, because that's how the medium started. Like the cinema, it started in the beginning of the 20th century, and photography, I think it's about like 1838, 1839. So just maybe like 6 years have gone by before the cinema was invented. Yeah, I'm in Gatineau right now. There is this huge museum, which is the Civilization Museum. I think that's how they call it in English. It's yeah, it's quite big. I'm trying to show it. Yeah, that's the thing with the stream. It's like when you do stream for 1 hour, sometimes you run out of things to say. It's last time it was a bit better. This time, but like this is something that I want to practice also. because the more and more I'm doing stream, the better I'm getting. I am, and I feel more comfortable in front of the camera, and I do want to improve the way that I can communicate. Like I want to develop that camera presence. I want to be more like charismatic, natural. But I think the only way to do it very fast is to do a lot of live stream. And like I said in the last stream, you have to be ready to fail publicly, even if it's difficult, and people can get embarrassed because you make mistakes. And but like, who cares? Like, I'm just I'm like I cannot expect that. Okay, I'm going to start live streaming, and then I can compare myself to the people that have been doing this for years, and that they have like 100,000 followers, and then they are very good with the live streaming. No, no, it's like they everyone starts somewhere, and it's the process, not the destination that is important. It's the person that you become while streaming that matters, and the connection that I build with the audience. Like almost every stream there is someone that comments, and like sometimes it happens that someone has a thought to share, and this really helps me to change my perspective about something. And like I said before, I use that as a material for a new video. So if you are here and maybe you've never watched any of my video before or my shorts, um, yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for you to see what I have to offer. And hopefully, through all the video that I've shared so far, there is probably one that grab your attention, and that's my purpose: is to raise awareness about anything. Yeah, thank you for talking about the subscription. Even last stream, there were 3 people that subscribed. I was very happy, but I'm not the one who's gonna beg for subscription. If you like the content, then yes, you can subscribe. But I feel that everyone should be free to do whatever they want, and hopefully, yes, the content will keep improving, because it's like in everything. Like I cannot say that practice makes perfect, because nobody can be really perfect, but practice do makes better. And like, it's not because I am doing video that I don't care about anything that happens uh, in your personal life. Like, people have jobs, and people have family life, have very different concern than me, and I'm just trying to find a way so that we can connect on the things that matters the most to us. And I think that psychology is a good way, because everyone has relationship. We have relationship with our family, we have relationship with our coworker, or if you are a student, you have relationship with other student. And then if you so in with whatever environment that you are in, and if you have a partner, for example, so you have conflict, you have struggle, you have challenges, and on how to navigate relationship, on how to have better impact with people. You want to become a better leader, you want to become a person that is well liked and appreciated in the workplace. You probably maybe have some trauma that you want to solve, like out of your childhood. I was talking about this recently, about like how there is no perfect family, that we have been hurt by our parents in some kind of way, and we cannot blame uh, them for that, because it doesn't mean that it was intentional. There are circumstances where our parents hurt us in some ways, that it was a abusive environment. I'm not saying that, like, some parents don't have always good intention, but the goal is trying to learn from these circumstances and try to be a better person, like myself. I think that I've shared a little bit about this, but if you look at my YouTube biography, I talk about when I was 12. So when I was 12, I had a trauma, and that that's when everything started for me. I had a regular life. And hello, Jeremy. I remember you. Yeah, you are from BC, I think. I'm gonna go in another suite because here is too busy. Yeah, so when I was 12, something really bad happened in my life, and I was sexually abused. So yes, yes, I was watching a movie. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. It for me it was like extremely revealing. Um, it was like it happened in the past, but it was a girl and she was molested by her own brother. It was incest, and her brother died. I don't know exactly the reason why her brother died, but her parents blame her because her brother died. Like they said that it was her fault that her brother died, and then like she started like to not eat for months, and then like she was like she became a celebrity because people like they were questioning why she wouldn't eat, and then there was a nurse who was asked, a British nurse. They were asked to 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 uh, to see her, to supervise her closely, to know, to understand why she wouldn't eat and how it was possible that she could survive without eating. And like during 3 months she wouldn't eat, and then she found out that when she was going to bed at night, her mother, when she was kissing her, she was hiding some bread in her mouth, and then she would give her some bread before she sleeps. Okay, yeah, thank you for being here, Jeremy. So the nurse, what she did is that she was about to die, that little girl. So her parents were saying like, we love her. And then the British nurse, she said, love is not just like words, it's action. Because right now your daughter is dying and you're not doing anything. And this is something that I said to my mother lately too, because whenever we are on the phone, she will tell me at the end, "I love you." But I told her like it's not just for me. It's not important that you tell me that you love me. For me, it's about the action. It's what you do, and it's something that I will have to live for the rest of my life, to this sexual abuse trauma. And how it happened is that it's my mother who like the person that did this to me. He asked my mother if I could spend the day um, with him, and she said yes. So like people when that are outside to me, like they are like, oh, you should forgive your mother, like she's not responsible, like she got manipulated. But it's easy to say that when it's not you who experience the sexual abuse, because it completely changed your life. And yeah, I'm trying to raise awareness because like sexual abuse, we talk about it a lot when it's women, because like women, they are sexualized in society, like with pornography. I'm not saying that pornography is bad, but like women are very often sexualized, but we don't talk too much about sexual abuse trauma for men. And when I was in Quebec, in Trois-Rivières, I went to a therapy, a group therapy, and it was only for sexual abuse, but for men. So there are men that got sexual abuse, like Russell Brand, even the guy that does the podcast, like he's very famous. Right now, I cannot remember, but like he's the Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan got also sexual abuse. So like we all have different reaction to trauma, and if you compare Russell Brand and Joe Rogan, they use like comedy, they use talking. Me, what happened is that I became more into my thought. I became more like I was in my bedroom. I talk about it on Quora, like yes, exactly, exactly, and that's exactly what it says in on the movie, because the parents, they're saying like, ah, we love our daughter, but she's about to die, and they're not doing anything. So the British nurse, she decided to adopt the child, and they flew away. I think it was in Scotland, and like for me, that movie was really good. Like, and it was, yes, it was a recommendation of ChatGPT, the movie, because like ChatGPT kind of know um, uh, based on the input that you say, what kind of movie would be the best for you. But like yesterday, I when I talk about like the video that I published on YouTube about that, and I talk about that your father abandoned you. So on TikTok, this video worked. On YouTube, not at all. I didn't say it, but it's also a movie that I watched. It's called Paris, Texas in 1984. And it's a really deep movie. It starts the guy like he's in the middle of the desert. He doesn't talk at all. He doesn't say anything. And then like his brother find him because he went to a doctor, and then the doctor he goes into his pocket and he found his wallet. When he opens the wallet, he see a photo of his brother. His brother is from LA, so the brother goes from LA to Texas to get his brother. And then they go to his home, he finds his son, and his son was like adopted by his brother, and now he tries to be a father. He tries to be because he was thinking like I want him with me. I want to start my life. I want to continue my life. And then when you learn more, you you understand the backstory. Why did he leave? Why he was in the middle of the desert for 4 or 5 years? Yeah, the thing is, um, my sister, they they have a friend, and that friend, um, she has a mother, and her mother, she's the one that was the friend of my mom. It's a bit complicated, but like the friend of my mother, she has a daughter, and that daughter, she also got abused the same way. The same thing happened with her. So I'm not like if people think that I'm just I want attention. It's not true. Like we experience the same thing, and I think that the person that did this to me and her, he's probably dead right now because that happened in it was in 2002. So it's been more than 24 years. So it's been that yeah, it's been too long. And the thing with that is that you don't talk. When I was in Quebec, um, like when I was younger, my father left my mother left my father when I was 3, because my father was abusive. He was doing domestic violence. So I kind of because there is that kind of thought also that you can say that it's a trauma, but you when you are a child, like let's say you are 3 years old, at that time your judgment, your ethical sense, or it's too early. You are not mature yet. So I think that like at 3 years old, you are wondering, but why my mother left? Why my mother left? And it's something unconscious, and then you can blame yourself for it. You might think like, oh, it's because of me. That's the reason why she left. But it's not because of you. It's because like your father was abusive. But it's not something that you can understand when you're young. And I think like this is something that is pretty bad and can make a bad impression in the mind of someone. Then when I was a bit younger, like just after that, when I received like the trauma and things like that, I was also doing the same thing that my father was doing to my mother, but I did it with my sister, and I always regretted it. I was hitting my sister, and I was not a good brother. And then the child protection services came to our house because we live in a big building. There were like 16 apartments, 17 or 16 apartments, and the police once came there. I don't know, like I'm not sure if it's the police, but I know the child protection services came to my house, and then they brought me to a child protection services center, and they asked me, "Okay, what's happening? Like, why are you doing this?" And then I told them it was the first person that I said like what happened. And then they just threatened me. They said, "If you continue to do the things that you are doing, then we will put you into like a foster home or something." So I was scared, and because of that, it didn't really encourage me to talk. So like it took me years and years. I think I started to talk about it when I was like 21, when I got diagnosed with bipolar, and then it was my occasion to talk about the trauma, to talk about my father's death when I was 18. So I had a lot of things going on, and I never talk about it because yeah, that's extremely sad, and like I didn't want to talk about that too much, but now I realize that it's important. And like there was someone on the stream last time, and he told me I am 12 years old, and I was thinking this is exactly the age that I had when it happened, and I don't. I was like, if I can have an impact on someone that is young and like influence him in a good way, because there are just so many people right now. Yes, it is. It is. Like when we talk about Andrew Tate, like for me, the kind of role model that he is, it's a really toxic culture. And when you are young, it's easy to be influenced, and it's hard to find the right people. And I think that what I want to show also is because that's what I was saying last stream is a lot of YouTuber like they are treating their channel as a business, and they sell you product, they sell you course, but you don't know who they are that much. Like they only choose to reveal you the things that they want you to know. Some people like I'm not sure if they go into real depth about their childhood trauma or things like that. I'm not aware, but for me, everything is written. I did not invent anything. I already like if someone that's when I'm gonna see when the Cora will feed my YouTube because people will see, oh, he's getting more. People are starting to watch his video, and then like they're gonna look at what I've wrote before. And even if I wrote something like 8 years ago, there's not any word that I will change because I know that what I wrote, it's true. I never tried to invent anything. I never tried to appear better than I am. And I did Cora for 10 years. I was not paid for it. So my goal was not to influence anyone. The real reason I did Cora is because I wanted to have a journal, and I realized that I was good at writing. So why should I keep it to myself? And I never tried to chase any fame. I didn't expect at all that people would read me. Even English is not my first language. I know when it comes to speaking, my English speaking is not as good as my writing. I'm I'm better in writing than speaking, but yeah, that being on a live stream, it will improve. And yeah, that's the reason I am there. And if like some people experience some trauma, I am not a therapist. I cannot like I am not licensed to listen to your trauma. I cannot be your friend. Like there are some limitation, like according to the law. I am not a psychiatrist, so I cannot prescribe any medication. But like if you have anything to share, or because I know that a lot of people experience the same thing as me. I had an ex-girlfriend, she also had the same trauma. So it's more common than we think. It's people when they are young, they are not aware of their past. It's through experience. And when you get into relationship with people, you start to see like how the other person is broken, but sometimes you can be broken too, and then you realize that you need help. But some people, they never get the help. Like it's sad, but some people are not made for relationship because they don't question themselves a lot. They don't get the help that they need. Even bipolar, I was on TikTok yesterday. There was a girl, she was telling to people, you should not take your medication. Bipolar is not about medication, it's about trauma. She was misleading people. Hey, hello, Elena. And that's why it really touched me because I've been through a lot of things. And for me, when someone says, like, don't take your medication because bipolar is about trauma, it's about misleading people. And your loved one, like your sister, if you have any siblings, your sister, your brother, your father, your mother, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, there are some people that loves you, and they don't want you to screw up your life just because you don't want to take any medication because you feel that the medication is numbing your mind. For me, it really breaks my heart to see that some people they influence people in the wrong way because we are talking about human being there. It's not just like a textbook. So that my goal is to be human. I was human on writing, but it's just that people they couldn't see me, and I realized that nowadays everything is about video. And before I couldn't do video, even if I wanted to. The reason is simple: it's because I was not stable in my mental health. I was losing control. My emotion were out of my control. I would get angry. I would make threat, and I was not the person that I really was. And I don't want people to see me like this. I want people to see me stable so that I can tell them that even if it's hard, even if you're 20s right now, it's difficult. There is hope because I can show you that right now it works. I am 35, and because sometimes you are like diagnosed with mental illness and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, it took me 14 years before I got really stable. I attempted suicide. I really wanted to end my life. I was doing self harm. It was difficult, but I'm still there. And like I know that some people are struggling. It might be bipolar. It might be depression. It might be any kind of mental illness. It's not because even someone can have mental health problem without any diagnosis. It's just like to because I think that some people they associate mental health problem with an official diagnosis, but it's not about it's not about necessarily a diagnosis. I see some people, and just by the reaction that they have, the personality that they have, I know that there's something wrong with them. But I'm not gonna diagnose. I'm not gonna diagnose. I'm not a doctor. I'm just observing people, and yeah, I'm just trying to help using my experience. And I did write a lot, so um I know a lot of things, but to be honest, to know a lot of things and being able to share them freely on video is a bit different. It's not because um, I know less. It's because I need to learn the video form, and I'm humble. I'm gonna learn. It's gonna take time, and I appreciate everyone that stays with me because like when I look at my subscriber count, I see that people they don't unsubscribe right away. Like if I publish a bad video, so this is something that I'm really grateful because like yeah, it's a learning curve. I'm trying to give the best value to people, but like also I feel that like the live stream is a good way to do it because when I'm live streaming I have a direct interaction with you, so you can see me, and we can talk with each other. And then if you have any concern, if there's anything that you would like me to do a video about, I will do it. And that's why I like the live stream. And I don't work. I'm already retired, so I have all my time. And it doesn't mean that my time is not important, but I'm doing this so that people can see me. And because it's very different where when you have a video that is already scripted, already prepared, and live interaction. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a while, and I did not forget you. I remember you, and thank you for staying so long. For me, I'm really grateful. You're a really great guy. I think the manifestation is over because I was in Gatineau just a little while ago, and now I'm in Ottawa. It's very easy to go in the two cities. It's just a bridge that you need to cross. So but yeah, if you have more time, you know the schedule. I changed. It's only from this week that I changed the schedule. It's because last week I didn't stream on Wednesday, but yeah, starting from this week it's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The only bad thing about this is that the gimbal, it doesn't support the rain. So if it rains on a Wednesday, I will have to stay inside, or like any other days if it rains too much. So I will need to find a solution for that. Maybe like I can have an umbrella or something, because I know that streaming indoor is not very interesting. Just watching a bedroom wall, it's not it's not so great. So yeah, I did try to do something different, but yeah, it's the first time that I go in depth with my experience. But my goal is just to be authentic. I have nothing to hide, because everything that I shared today, I already wrote it. So you can see that I'm not inventing anything. And like, if you have the time, you can also take a look at on my Quora. I know not a lot of people likes to read nowadays, but you can learn more about me. But even through the stream, I will try more and more to share my own experience, because I don't want to just be someone that has knowledge. I want to be a human being, and a human being means that you have experience, and you have feelings, and you have memories, and it's yeah. This is something that I want actively to share. And yeah, you also have your own experience. You also have your own trauma. You so if you watch my content, then maybe you see that I can relate to that in any kind of ways. I am not God, so I cannot like see everything that's inside your mind. But that's the reason why I repeated it multiple time the stream. But during the stream, I have the opportunity to have a conversation with you. And then if you have anything to share, I'm gonna use that uh, conversation. I'm gonna use the word that you said as a material for a video. Um, so I'm just trying to improve and share something that concerns you. Um, I'm trying to anticipate. I'm trying to um, to share something that is worthy for you. And I see that the title that I write for the stream, it's it's something that catch attention. I can see sometimes like there are a lot of people connected at the same time. They are watching. And yeah, I'm gonna repeat a bit what I said earlier. Is when you start anything, it's easier at the beginning, but then once it's a bit harder, because for some reason your efforts doesn't match the result that you want, then that's you have an opportunity at that exact moment to change something. You can question yourself and see what can you do differently, because there's always ways to do better. And I was watching like Ali Abdal. He wrote he did a shorts about building the pyramid, and then it was two brothers, and one brother, he started right away to build the pyramid, but he was working to exhaustion, like he kept working and working, and then he died from exhaustion. And then the second one, he didn't do he was in his like workshop, and for 2 years he stayed in his workshop. And then like at that time the other brother said like, why are you in the workshop, why are you not doing anything? And then he said like, I am building a crane. And then when once he designed and like he finished building the crane, he built the pyramid way quickly, because it's not just about work, work. It's about working smarter. It's like sharpen your saw before cutting the tree. It's not just like, okay, I'm gonna start to work right away, and I'm not gonna think too much about what I'm doing. And that's the kind of mindset that I'm also speaking for myself, because sometimes like you don't necessarily, when you start anything, you don't know all the best tool, you don't know all the best method. You learn a lot by doing, by experimenting, by failing. And that's why like when it once it's get hard when it's get hard, that's you have an opportunity to say like, okay, I'm gonna try to find a way so that I can get better at this. so that because at some point, like at the beginning when I was doing my video, I was not sleeping at night. Like I was cutting on my sleep because it would take me like 5 hours, 6 hours just to do a 20-second video. And then over time, like I've learned, and then right now it takes me maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour to do the editing of a video. But I've been doing this for a while now, and it's my third attempt at starting a channel. Last year I tried, and then when I saw that my friend didn't support me anymore, I gave up. My opinion, the feedback of my friend mattered more to me. Like I really needed them to tell me like, oh, you are doing a great job. And then once they stop, I got discouraged. And about 3 years ago, something very similar happened. But now this time, like one of my friends showed me a book, and she said like, it's a book like from Japan, and it's like you should not care at all about what people thinks, because if you rely too much on the opinion of others, you will not do anything. And I remember like last year when I was trying to do YouTube video, and I was thinking, oh, I need my sister to record myself. Oh, I need my sister for this. I need. But now, like when you start and you are really serious about it, you do not have to depend on anyone. You have to do everything yourself. And I was also watching about a video about Marquez Ronnie. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry for that. But he was saying like, when you are editing a video, you are like a movie director. You are like specialized in lighting. You are a writer. You are a script. Like name probably like 7 or 8 specialty in cinema. You have to do everything by yourself. But then once your channel grow, you can hire people. You can have a team, and you can have people that are specialized in every aspect of your video, so that you don't have to work yourself. Like even the big YouTuber, they have people that edit their video for them, but they didn't get there. At the start, they didn't have anyone that edited their video. Like at first, you have to edit them yourself, and then once you grow, you are able to generate some income and then pay people, so that you can focus only on the thing that matters the most, like the strategy, the orientation that you want to give. So this is the kind of things that I want to implement, trying to constantly work on my skill, yeah, question myself, so that I am flexible in the method that I use, because there's always something to learn, but you cannot always learn. Like at some point, you hit a plateau. When you hit that plateau where like you cannot learn anymore, you have to experiment. And I had this psychologist when I was younger. He said to me, the brain is like a cup of wine. Like when the cup of wine is full in your brain, you cannot learn anymore. You have to empty it, and you empty it by teaching, by sharing with others. That's the reason why I was writing online on Quora, because I was teaching my knowledge. And then once you teach, you also know where the gaps are in your understanding. Because sometimes, like you think you know something, but then once you start to explain it to someone, you realize that, oh, I didn't know it as much as I thought. And that's the benefit of teaching. It helps you to realize that, oh, there's something that I need to read more about. And you cannot know everything in life. Like some people, they specialize in a field. I decided to specialize in psychology, because I felt that this is something that helped me a lot in my personal life, and this is a tool that I want to share with people, and that's the reason why I'm here. And yeah, I want to share it in a way that you find it relevant for your life. I'm not a psychologist, like I said, and I don't pretend to be one, but I know that I can contribute in a significant way. I managed to did it on Quora. People, they read me, and they grew. What I wrote made them think. It made them question themselves, and that's exactly what I want to do. But in the video format, I want you that when you watch one of my video, when you finish watching the video, you think about it, and then you said, "Hey, I've learned something." And This is something that I can use for my personal life, for my personal conflict, for my relationship with my girlfriend, with my boyfriend. That this is something like, oh, I realize that I also have a trauma as well. And when I read about his experience, it helps me because you know what? Like when I was a bit younger, I was at that time I was 27. My family doctor told me you should never share about bipolar. He said you are in medical school. If you talk about bipolar, he said bipolar in medical school, it's a conservative environment. They're gonna judge you, and if you talk about this, your reputation will be tarnished. So I was afraid to talk. But at that time, like it was 2017, 2018, I was I was doing self harm. I attempted suicide even. So I was not like in my right state of mind, and I felt that like I had lost everything. So I was like, I don't care at all. Like if people judge me, I don't give. It doesn't matter to me anymore because I already went to the psychiatric wards. So I started to talk about it. I started to talk about like how bipolar affected me, and then I felt so free. I felt that like nothing could hold me back. I felt that I was a prisoner before because I couldn't talk. And then once I started, and I know it's not easy to talk. I'm saying this because I know a lot of people like they have mental illness and they fear the judgment of other people because that's how I felt too when I was younger. And then when I started to talk about it, I felt so great. I felt that like, okay, now I matter because people start to see me. There was someone on TikTok who told me I talk, but no one listen. Yeah, it's hard to build to build a voice. It's hard so that people can pay attention to you. And I understand, even myself, like every day I have so much anxiety because I do want people to recognize my value. I do want to people to see my pain. And I know a lot of people they are feeling the same way. And it's not because they don't say it out loud that they don't suffer and that they want someone that tells them, I know what you've been through, and I know like you've suffered a lot and you deserve so much more than this, and I wish you the best success because you deserve it. Because when we are in a relationship, like it's the greatest form of intimacy that you can have with another human being. When I was with my girlfriend, she was telling me like, oh, I understand how much you have suffered, how much it was difficult for you. When I was talking with her, then I felt like, okay, there's someone that understands me. And then when the relationship ended, I didn't have that someone that could see me and understand me like I wanted. But then I should not build my identity only on a relationship. I should love the person that I am no matter what other people think. And I think it's the same thing for you as well, because like I cannot even think about this and say there's no one that didn't have any pain, that didn't have any suffering in his life. And if you have been through like suffering, pain, and for me it was like I have pain, I have suffering, so what's next? For me, what's next is I want to find meaning. I want to find why it happened to me and what how can I use this so that I can grow and that I am no longer a victim of the of what happened, but then I can, because it's one thing to heal for yourself, and then it's about developing tools to help other healing themselves too. But first, you have to heal because you cannot help other if you are still wounded. And I can tell you, I did not completely heal. I've been doing therapy since 2011, so it's been since 15 years. I'm not completely healed, but I am at a point where like the foundation is already established, and I feel that I can share a lot of what I've been through in ways that can help other find some direction. So that's the main my main idea. Something that I want people to understand. It's yeah, that's pretty much it. And right now I feel I kind of run out of things to say. Um, I know there's someone watching, but yeah. Sorry, last stream it was 72 minutes. I'm still learning. Like the first stream that I was doing, I was only waiting for people to join. Now I try more and more to talk. But even during each stream, I try to watch another video to read so that like whenever I get into stream, I have something new. I have something like unique to share. I don't want to repeat myself every stream. I got an appointment with my therapist tomorrow. I saw my psychologist this morning, but it was an online appointment, and he told me you are in the right direction. My last appointment with him, I felt a bit that he didn't really help me, and then I started to share with him something that was difficult for me. I told him, you know what, like I am addicted to pornography, and like it's not easy to say, but I told him that I struggle, and then he said because I told him that I had other area of in my life that were difficult, and he said, I feel that it becomes an obsession for you because you have so much anxiety regarding your pressure to be recognized, your pressure to be understood by people, to have some validation, that you need a place where you can release that pressure. And I was I used to be obsessive with also buying books. I was obsessive with like I think four different things, and just to be able to share that, to share like that is vulnerability, and this is something that I learned in therapy as well, because like as a man I didn't have a father, so I cannot know exactly how it's like, but I feel that like as men we are shown to not show too much emotion. We don't talk too much about our failure. Even when I see in society, I see a men that are very successful. They don't talk about how they did how they got there. They don't talk about the failure that they have that they had to endure to get to the level of success that they are now. So when I had my one of my therapy with one of my psychologists, he said vulnerability is a strength, and this is something that like it really helps you to have good relationship with women, because he told me I have a client. She's a doctor, and she decided to date a guy that is doing construction. Like she could have dated a lot of men. She had money. She had like she was a doctor, but she told me and she dated that man because he could talk about his feeling. And like it's something really stupid, you might say, but it's not everyone that is able to talk about their feeling. I know one of my friends, he's very smart, but when it comes to describe how he feels, he got a pretty limited vocabulary. This is something that you learn for the most part, like through your experience with your relationship, or if you have gone to therapy, this is something that you can learn as well, but it's not given to everyone, like to be able to say uh, that this happened to me. When you read someone, like when if you read my article and you think like, oh, he used very simple words, but it's not just about the words that are used. It's like the density of idea behind. Okay, now it's been 68 minutes. I'm gonna leave now. Thank you for everyone for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna be there on Saturday next time. See you. Bye bye.